Hey friends, so good to be back. How are you all doing? It's been great meeting you and talking with you online. My name's Cole, aka Trans Spirit, a transgender human being with an emphasis on spirituality. Today, I'm going to talk about the pineal gland, also known as the third eye. Now, some folks, you'll hear them say the pineal, the pineal. I call it the pineal gland. The pineal gland, that sounds a lot like pine, a pine cone. A pine cone is a huge representation of the pineal gland. In case there's anybody out there who's never seen a pine cone and not sure what it looks like, this is a pine cone. I would say it's ironic, but it's not. I consider it a synchronicity that the last house I was renting when I was going through a major part of my spiritual awakening was completely surrounded by pine trees, and pine cones fell off everywhere, so that was pretty cool. The pineal gland, also known as the third eye, is shaped a lot like a pine cone. It's located in the center of your brain. Now, it's represented a lot right here in between your two eyes right here. It's located a little back further, like literally in the center of your head. The pineal gland does a lot of things, like controlling your sleep schedule. Everybody has a pineal gland. The thing is, not everybody's pineal gland third eye is open. Some people have asked me, isn't this a bad thing? I've heard it's bad. I don't consider it a bad thing. However, parts of a spiritual awakening and opening your third eye are not all rainbows, butterflies, and happiness. A lot of waking up spiritually has to do with letting go of negative and toxic behaviors of your own that are no longer serving you. For instance, when I was drinking hard liquor every day for almost 8 years, smoking cigarettes nonstop, eating processed food and fast food, my third eye was not open. You could say that self-love can help to open it up. There are certain things that close up the third eye and certain things that open it up. You could even see it represented with the pine cone. For example, this would be a closed third eye. This pine cone is closed up. This would be an example of an open third eye. What do I mean by open and closed? Well, the pineal gland can become calcified, a buildup of calcium all around it that makes it difficult to function, that makes it difficult for you to be able to see things more clairvoyantly, psychically. The third eye is a way to tap into your psychic abilities. Everyone has psychic abilities. It's a gift that everyone's able to tap into. Nobody's more special than anyone else. We're all very special. So what do? You want to decalcify it. The thing is, if you do find this to be frightening and it doesn't resonate, it doesn't feel well with you, then by all means, don't work toward decalcifying your third eye. You have to follow your gut. Not everybody is meant to go on a spiritual path, just as not everybody's meant to go on a specific religious path, non-religious path. Not everybody's meant to be transgender, straight, all of those things. So my biggest advice with this would be to follow your gut and your heart. There's some great, awesome things that happen when you open up your third eye. There's also some really rough things. Some of the rough things would include you're probably going to lose some friends along the way. As you raise your vibration, you're not going to resonate, you're not going to vibrate with the same people you used to, quite possibly. Some of them you may, but most of the time you won't, because your vibration has changed. We all have a vibrational frequency. We're all made of energy. We're all created from stardust. We're all vibrating at different frequencies. Some are low vibrational frequencies, some are in the middle, more of neutrality, and some are vibrating very high. If you put us underneath a microscope as human beings, you actually wouldn't see solid flesh. You would see a vibration moving extremely fast. So that could be one of the things that can be rough, is losing people along the way. But you have to make a decision as to what you really want to do with your life. Do you want to do what you feel called to do? A lot of times, if you feel like you have a great purpose in this life, then this could be for you. For me, for years, I couldn't stand the idea of going to a 9-to-5 job. I just wanted to use my creativity, my music, my songs. I wanted to do that every day. Everyone around me kept telling me that this wasn't a possibility. Well, that's a limited belief system. There are people every day making a living with music. There are people every day making a living with art, computers, books, everything. So don't ever let other people's opinions bring you down. When you open up your third eye, you quite possibly will notice these limiting beliefs from people that you didn't notice before. You're opening up your ability to see through facades, your ability to see what's real, who's fake. You can just feel that energy. You can feel it in your gut. A few great ways to decalcify and open up your third eye, your pineal gland. One of the biggest things would be fluoride. Get rid of the fluoride. Iodine is a great way to help flush that out. Fluoride in toothpaste, fluoride in water. And unfortunately, like a lot of other things in the food system, they don't always tell you what's in the food. So you have to do some research. Most of your mainstream bottled water has fluoride added to it and it doesn't even label it. Using distilled or spring water is a great way to avoid this. I would not recommend drinking tap water. Some people get so serious about it that they purchase a filter for their shower head. I'm on my way to do that. The more that I personally have opened up my third eye and have done these spiritual practices over the past few years, the more clairvoyant abilities I've noticed, the more synchronicities, and the more I'm able to work toward my path. I went from feeling completely lost, not knowing what to do with my life, to actually following my dreams and making them happen. That's a huge boost for me. It keeps me going with everything. And some of the shadow work is just dealing with your own bad behaviors, your past, things that you need to let go. Some of that is extremely difficult, don't get me wrong, but it has its rewards. You're working toward letting it go. If you keep bearing a problem inside of you and you don't want to take care of it, I'm sorry to tell you this, but what you resist will persist. There is truth in that. You either deal with it now or expect to deal with it in the next go around, the next life. So getting rid of fluoride is an excellent way to open up your third eye. I actually make sure to buy toothpaste without fluoride in it. And you know what? It's a couple dollars more than the conventional everyday toothpaste. To me, it's worth it. I've seen results. I feel better. Another great way to open up your third eye, like most things spiritually, is to meditate. Spend some quiet time, even if it's 10 minutes. Try it, especially when you wake up. When you first wake up, you want that to be the first thing that you do, not looking at a screen. I know it's hard. It's like any other addiction. Like people want to pick up a cigarette as soon as they wake up. You just have to ask yourself what's more important to you. Everything's in steps. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. I've been very guilty of being too hard on myself. And stressing yourself out doesn't do you any good. And when you wake up, you can meditate and ground yourself. You want to use grounding techniques. What do I mean by that? Grounding techniques, you're literally visualizing light coming in through your crown chakra, traveling down through all your chakras and out the bottom of you. And grounding, I imagine a tree trunk and just lodging itself into the earth. You're grounding yourself. Meditating and using grounding techniques, breathing techniques, this will help to open up your third eye. I've had a lot of what I call downloads, flash thoughts, and visions happen when I'm meditating. A lot of times you'll find the answers you're looking for through meditation, through synchronicities. So that's a great way. The third way I was thinking about, and one of the most important things that's been for me, is the food. Oh yes, indeed, the food. Live foods. I'm talking kale, spirulina, spinach, oranges, apples, bananas, fruits, vegetables, real living food. You want to eat food that's alive, food that has actual nutrients inside of it. Stay away from processed food, fast food. I'm going to tell you, I have been a huge food addict. You can't just stop all of this overnight, so don't even put that stress on yourself. In fact, you would get really sick. I tried it. It was bad. I went from eating processed fast food to trying to eat just vegetables for a few days, and my stomach hurt more than I could ever remember. I wasn't doing it right. I wasn't doing enough research. After the research, I realized that just by adding in a little leafy greens into your diet, don't even think of it as a diet. Think of it definitely as a lifestyle. Because once you switch over and you're eating more organic and plant-based foods, you're not going to want to go back. Trust me, it's not going to be worth it to you. You're going to feel so much better. And not only are you going to feel better, but you're going to have less of a clouded third eye. All of the chemicals, it's all about those chemicals. That's what's calcifying and blocking your third eye, and you're not able to see things clearly. And what do I mean by seeing things? Like I said, seeing through facades, seeing that there's so much illusion and lies around us. You do not have to feed into the lie that your dreams are unattainable. All of us have the ability to be whatever we want to be millionaires, billionaires, whatever you want to do. And to think any way else is to think with limiting beliefs. So you owe it to yourself. Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to live their best life. I've been living the best version of my life over the past 3 years, and a big part of that has been spiritual practices and opening up my third eye. There's a lot more to say about this, but there will be more videos to come. And there's a lot of info out there on YouTube already about this subject. I hope you all got something out of this. Again, it's been so great connecting with people on YouTube. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time I make a new video. I'll be making some more this week. Love and light, you all. Have a fantastic rest of your week.